Hey Sag, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all having a good day. If this does resonate, like, share and subscribe. I'm going to jump into the present energy. Star as I split the deck. I've got the Hermit on the back. High Priestess, first card out. Followed by the Moon. Future energy, King of Swords. Feels like you could be really connecting to your intuition, spending time alone, learning, studying, developing. Feels like evolvement is a key priority. As well as shadow work, getting to the root of something, following your intuition. It feels like a very mysterious, magical time right now. A lot going on behind the scenes. Feels like you could really be tapping into different realms, tapping into different parts of yourself, parts of your being. You could be expressing yourself in different ways. For some of you, you could be playing around with your voice. There's something about channeling different, I want to say personalities, energies, kind of like role play. It feels like you're being asked to expand, to come out of your box, to be quirky, to embrace your quirkiness, your authenticity. I feel like many think that being your highest self means being your happiest self, but to me it's really being your truest self, being your most authentic self. And it feels like this is something that it's like meeting yourself for the first time. It feels special, it feels magical, it feels sacred. It's a beautiful energy, effortless, divine feminine, regardless of gender. Feels like the way you're creating is going to be at a different level. There's the energy right now, it's like there's an opportunity for you to amplify your gifts, to make something bigger, take something further. But it means going within. Not actually creating something outside of yourself. It's like go within. There's something building within you. Activation. The year of the Yangwood dragon. This is something you could be connecting to. It feels like graduation. A final observation, reflection, conclusion, embodiment of all life lessons. Of everything to date, everything you've learned, everything you've embodied. You could just be going back and touching on these different things. It's a very dreamy energy. You could be feeling like you're not really here right now. There's a reason for that. Usually I'll be like, ground yourself, come back down to earth, get into your body. But there's something going on here. It's like, look after yourself. If you need to let it go and come back for a minute, it's like, do so. But something does need to, you do need to go to the depths of something here. There is something more to be found. There is something more to be developed. That means going within yourself, maybe spending some time alone, or just environments that you can really tune in. No distraction. Internal conflict, setting boundaries, something come to an end in the recent past. It's like you weren't satisfied with how something was. It may have been fine, there may have been nothing really wrong in a situation, but it's like what's coming through is this can't be life, this just can't be it. Wanting more, something more meaningful, something more you. Something wasn't satisfying. It was sad to close this out because it feels like some kind of nostalgia. It's like although something was comfortable, It's like it was slowly pulling you down. It was draining. It was comfortable because it's what you'd always known, but it wasn't serving you. It feels like an irritation that everything's great, everything's peaceful, maybe in a home environment, that everything's good. But feeling like there's something missing, there's something more. That maybe the way that you and yours have run things traditionally, generationally, that there's something you needed to change, something you needed to explore, something needed to be done differently. It's like you found the path within yourself. That this dissatisfaction may have pushed you to a point where you felt a need to isolate, a need to study yourself, a need to observe yourself, become aware of different things. Maybe it's triggered a spiritual awakening. But whatever this is, it's left you in a place and is leaving you in a place where you're standing strong in your truth. Foundational factors, yeah. Working very closely with spirit. Some of you could be working with, like, it depends, it's going to be different for all of you, but could be connecting to past loved ones. This feels like checking in throughout the day. Constant communication, building a relationship with God, with your guides, with source, whatever resonates with you. It feels like this is something you've asked for. You asked for help. Maybe you prayed for help, prayed for an answer, prayed for a way out. It feels like it's triggered this Alice in Wonderland, down the rabbit hole kind of energy. You're about to meet your soul tribe, community, something that really reflects who you are. There you are. This wouldn't be possible if you hadn't cut cords with certain individuals. If you hadn't have made decisions that were right for you, even if it left you. Some of you, it's like the decisions you had to make actually put you in lack, put you in a place where you had less or suffered more in some way. But it's like short-term dissatisfaction for something better later on. How you see yourself, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it's like there's no accident, you know what you're doing. It feels like accepting these burdens, accepting certain challenges, certain obstacles with grace. You know where you're heading, you know what you set out to do. It's like you see where you're going, fuck where you went. It's not about that, it's not about that. Complete acceptance. Taking full responsibility for how your life is, where it's going, what you're doing, making conscious decisions. It feels like the complete opposite of victim mindset, that you're taking charge of something. It's like you want it, you're going to go and get it. You want something to happen, you're going to make it happen. There's nothing that can hold you back at this time. There's opportunities coming in for you to travel. This is going to help you to overcome obstacles. You could be meeting people, opportunities kind of come into play when you're in a different location, when you're traveling or on the move somewhere. It's going to help your emotional health to keep moving or to keep something flowing. Something's coming through about maybe you're looking to find a base somewhere or buy some kind of property that is actually a set place to stay. Or it's like, why can't you find somewhere to settle down? Whether it's in business, whether it's in work, or some kind of office or whatever. It's like something's not coming through because it's not that it's not for you, but it's not here where it's meant to be. Either it's like you're not meant to have a base, you're meant to have more than one base, or something's meant to be free. Maybe in terms of like hiring places, renting places, and it may not be that, it could be anything, or having more than one base. and renting those out when you're not using it. Something like that. It's like something's not happening where you're at because your guides are trying to get you to go over here, over there, wherever it is you're going. The Lovers could be meeting a lover on this journey. 9 of Pentacles. Some of you, it's like you're not going to find what you're looking for at home. Get out of the house. It's time for an adventure. It's time to take a risk. I hope to build something for the long term. King of Pentacles. The Hermit. It's like you've done the work for future generations. That's how it feels. That you've made a sacrifice, maybe for people that haven't even come into this life yet. But you know what you're creating. Something's bigger than you. It's coming through like taking one for the team. Some of you, it's like you've not even met the team, but you've laid a foundation for what you know is coming, knowing that something's coming into place. Maybe in terms of something's already set for family, but you've not actually got that family yet, or relationship, whatever it is. The outcome, passionate new beginning, mastering your emotions. Somebody emotionally available is coming in. Just before I started your reading, I had a song coming through from The Little Mermaid. I think it's called Kiss the Girl. That's what it's called, Kiss the Girl. Sebastian sings it when they're in the boat. That was coming through. It's just a very whimsical energy. There's huge changes taking place because something's not going to be how it was. It feels like your world could feel like it's crumbling, falling apart. Everything falling down. All falls down. But rising from the ashes, there's something better. It's liberating. Something maybe that you once clung on to is actually becoming a burden, or it's been holding you down. Maybe maintaining a home in a certain area when actually Spirit's trying to get you to move to a different area. It's like, stop trying to preserve things over here. It's time to, you're missing out on something that is for you. It's not working here, not because it's not working, but there's a different way, there's a better way. Take charge. You know what to do. There's something about not being able to do both things. Or it's like you're trying to create a certain lifestyle, but it doesn't fit in the environment you're in. You've outgrown some kind of environment. It feels like it's time to really level up, stand up. Take charge of what you're doing in the physical. This is going to help reduce anxiety. It's holding on to something. The pain is in holding on. The Devil, 9 of Swords. Creating space to let go. Do less to get more at this moment. Surrender. Channeled writing would be great. Journaling. Working through fears. Maybe writing those down. Facing those. Seeing the lesson in those. Walking yourself through things. Maybe it does seem overwhelming. You're seeing yourself here and you're trying to work out how you're going to get all the way over there. It's like, see where you're heading and then come back. What do you need to move through this? Be kind to yourself. Nurture yourself. Be scared and do it anyway. But be kind to yourself as you're doing it. There's some gift that you have. It's like, you deserve to share this and others deserve to have this shared with them. Feels like you're aware of this. This is something you're here to do, a way you're here to serve. When you're not doing this, when you're not doing things that align you with this, it causes stress, causes confusion, emotional turmoil. Do the thing you think you can't do. And in order to know what that thing is, rest. Something's naturally coming to an end. There's not as much as you think you need to do here. Miracles are happening. Things are coming into place. People, things, places coming, opportunities coming to you. Because of things that you've already done, seeds you've already sown. Just be open, be receptive, accept what has gone. Invest in time to Yeah, it's like emotional health. Something could have had you feeling vulnerable, left out in the cold. Could have triggered some kind of abandonment wound, or maybe that's what's stopping you moving forward. It's like, take as long as you need to walk the path. Be as kind to yourself as you need to walk the path. Do it in the way that feels like as many comforts as you need. I know how people say get out of your comfort zone, jump out, jump into things. But if it's a case of slowly walking down the path, holding your own hand, caring for yourself, treating yourself to luxuries along the way, but you still are going down the path, then in my head, like, that's better than ignoring the path. So take the first step. Things will come in to support you. But by trying to do something over here and ignoring what's calling you over there, it's like you could miss out on an opportunity. Because as much as you could be telling yourself you're not aware that something's opened up for you, that there's a possibility in the air right now to completely transform your life, to do something new, have a new adventure. New love, new community, like-minded community. It's like being in denial on purpose because of a fear of where this could lead. Or maybe it's like your spontaneous energy has got you in a problem before. You could be worrying, wanting to make sure you're going by the book. Is this just you being reckless? It doesn't make logical sense. It's like following your intuition is different than reacting on some kind of unconscious emotion. Don't fool yourself into thinking you're making destructive, impulsive decisions. It's like you're very tuned in at this time. You're not crazy. It may seem that way because there may be no external evidence. But you're right. It's like spirit wants to confirm. Like, look at yourself in the mirror and back yourself here. There's a decision you're making. There's a life you're creating. Don't doubt yourself at the last minute. This is for you. It's like shift your perspective on these losses. They're happening to help things balance out in the physical so you can experience this. The World, number 21. 4-4 on the clock. A brilliant success, the freedom to go in any direction, a journey that is now complete. 19. Indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others, feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. 111 is go time. Could be to do with playing an instrument. You could be playing an instrument, or some of you could be feeling called to revisit playing an instrument you used to play. It's like, what's the point? Or not wanting to put the groundwork in. It's like wanting to pick up where you left off, expecting to be as good as when you used to do something. Feeling frustrated that you've got to go through that learning process. Restoring the muscle memory. Having to be a beginner again. So don't let this hold you back from not starting. Something's not going to take as long as you think, but it's going to take a lot longer if you don't start. Just start now, use what you have. It's calling you for a reason. The 8 of Summer. The desire for a more meaningful life, realising that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. Take steps to ensure the financial security of your children or other loved ones, making wise investments or planning for retirement, honouring family traditions. 10 of Autumn. Some of you, it's like finding a balance. You could have really rebelled some kind of parental authority in terms of something upset you, hurt you, feeling some kind of issue with a family member maybe. feeling like you want to do anything but be the same way as somebody, or follow their footsteps, or find love for them. It feels like being really angry at somebody for a very long time, and maybe trying to be the extreme opposite of them as a way to rebel. But it feels like part of what you was running from is part of who you are, or something that feels true to you. But it may have irritated you because it reminds you of this person, but it's actually part of you too. It feels like there's some kind of acceptance. Not having to follow tradition completely or follow the footsteps in the exact same way as those that come before you, but finding a balance. Doing things your own way, putting your own twist on things, doing what's right for you, finding some kind of peace with past drama, dilemma, whatever it is. Feels like some kind of family conflict, or there's a release in judgment, an acceptance for somebody, not necessarily, or an acceptance for a situation, maybe not from the point of view that you're happy about something, but it's not burdening you how it once was. And it feels like it's not triggering you in a way that you can't enjoy something that reminds you of this, if that makes sense. There is a better choice. True love that is long lasting, choices that are made from the heart, are returned to good health. You could have somebody from the past coming back. Ophiuchus or Cappy's read, I can't remember what one it was, but there's something about that that's coming through here. Something similar about there's a better choice. You could be thinking about settling with someone. There's something new coming in. Remember what you asked for. True love that is long lasting, choices made from the heart, are returned to good health. Honourable, devoted, mature and warm hearted, a romantic partner you can trust. Excellent advice that comes from the heart, getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavour. Moon in Gemini. Stress may be an issue during this time. What way to go? It feels like you could be conflicted. Yeah, stress. Fiery arguments. Be mindful of your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health. Are you taking care of yourself? Something's coming through. I was watching a video of the original dragon lady, and she was saying about spiritual practices and what is our spiritual practice. And it's not so much about investing in certain things, but it's about how you're being, what you're doing. It's like you can have as many crystals as you want. You can listen and read as many personal development books as you want, but what are you doing? What are you embodying? What are you implementing? How are you carrying yourself? What is your awareness throughout the day? How are you managing or mastering your emotions? Taking responsibility for yourself. Being conscious, being aware, being in tune with yourself, the environment, being one with the environment. It's an auspicious time for new beginnings, the hair. I forgot to bring the book up for these medicine cards, but I want to pull one, so I'm just going to hope it's one I know, and if not, maybe I'll just keep pulling until I know one. Let's see what wants to come out. The mouse, scrutiny. Pay attention to detail and the small things. It's like don't ignore the small things. The small things are important, or maybe the things you could take for granted, like how we just breathe every day without thinking. Are you taking your health for granted in some way? Are you taking something for granted because it's just always there? A person, a place, a thing, a home, a gift, a talent. It's like, what if this gift or this talent was taken from you? What if your health was taken from you? It's like, how would you then feel about it? Because for some of you, oh, this is painful. This is for me too, in terms of this gift thing. It's like, if something's just part of you, it's what you feel called to do. It's what truly lights you up. It's your passion. It's like, if you're not exercising that gift, if you're not grateful for that on a daily, if you're not expressing that, you're just leaving that to sit there kind of stagnant. Is that disrespecting the gift? Is it disregarding the gift? Is that some kind of... It's like just being grateful, and instead of seeing something as a burden, like, oh, I have to do this, or maybe feeling scared or intimidated by a certain gift or talent, or embarrassed or shy to put something out there, and getting into a negative thought process, to try and shift your perspective and see it as a blessing. Maybe you can sing, and then think of maybe someone that can't speak, or that has like a speech impediment, or somebody that isn't able to move how they want to move, but maybe that's something that you've been gifted with. It's like, get up and celebrate yourself, celebrate your gifts every day, not just for yourself, but for those that would do anything to experience or just have one day with the gifts that you've been given. It's like, no one, even if you think in terms of, if it's some kind of embarrassment, even if you think of the most famous person you can think of right now, like maybe somebody that's passed away, somebody that's you've always loved. How often do you think of that person a day? It's like, even the people that have made a huge impact, that are so well known, it's like no one cares. No one thinks on a daily until something comes up, until something reminds you. It's like the worst thing they've done, or the most embarrassing thing that they've done, will cease to exist. But the art doesn't cease to exist. People forget what you say, what you do, they remember how you made them feel. Something like that, Maya Angelou. It's like you're being asked to really look at, analyse how many blessings you're sitting on right now. 2929. And answer the call. It's like voluntarily, willingly giving thanks for that and running with it and making magic with it and spreading that magic all over the place with it. 42, the bat, ritualistic death. Something new is on its way. It feels like a painful transformation. The horse, horse power. Mirror affirmations would be good right now. If you don't know where to start, it's like you can literally just sing songs to yourself. Like, I just put on some kind of love song and sing it to myself in the mirror. Singing some Keep Sweat in the mirror. But it works. It's like, big up yourself, love yourself at this time as much as you can. No one's going to believe in you like you need to believe in you. And if no one's believing you, you need to double down on believing in you. Because it's like Source has got something planned. You've been planning something. And it feels like at the last minute being like, oh no, it's too much. Or maybe you're not worth it. Some kind of self-doubt creeping in. It's like, slap that out of you right now. Number 27, Yaratel. Intelligent, balanced and mature, of noble and refined appearance. He follows his instincts as well as the advice of others. He has high levels of initiative and perseverance and is protected against all types of negative forces. His life is clear and full of joy. He does everything lucidly and in a considered way. And his strength of action is invincible. What he starts always ends in success. Page number 26. Then we've got number 36, Menadel. Optimistic, independent, active and advanced. He considers honesty and truth to be highly important factors in life. He possesses a lot of willpower and is shrewd, self-confident and direct. In his form of speaking, maybe this is who's coming through in the reading, he acts with discretion and astuteness, assuming responsibility with dedication and seriousness. A perfectionist who is dedicated to work, he expects the same attitude from his colleagues. He is well liked in his work environment, but is rather easily offended and quick to criticize things that he does not like. An excellent friend and companion, he is also a passionate lover. Planet Jupiter. Reasons for invoking: to stay in work, to keep what we have, to find lost objects, to protect us against slander and curses, to receive news about people far away. Page number 30. I'm going to leave it there. If this did resonate, like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon. Sending so much love.